before Club Med in terms of hotels? I mean, Patong, at this point, Patong, nothing exists. It's still the banana plantation.
Still the banana plantation. The On Hotel in Phuket Town. What was downtown in Phuket Town?
Well, they would have had commerce back then. We had a guy on the podcast, Colin McKay, and he brought us up to pretty much the 70s. So you've taken over. You've continued the other part of that story. And basically, yes, Phuket was thriving in tin mining and commerce, but on the tourism side, we've never connected that on the podcast. So that's very interesting. So after this all started in Kata, Club Med comes up, the boathouse comes up where you were working as well. When you finally arrived at the boathouse, what was the landscape of Phuket? Was there a Surin Beach? Were people up here? Was there people in Camelot? Could you paint that picture?
Yeah, well, they built the Laguna project, which I think, and again, I've been gone for 25 years, but this area where we are now was just bananas, coconuts, rubber, and pineapple when I lived here. The Laguna project, the four big properties, I think, that are there, the one that's got like a pool, a swimming pool designed to look like Angkor Wat and all that was all built while I was here. And the big project at the time, I covered for Thailand Tatler magazine, the very first international golf competition at the Blue Canyon. The Blue Canyon golf course was brand new. And there were people saying, my God, don't go play that. It's built on top of old tantalum mines. The arsenic that's in that ground is in that grass, and you will carry that home in the cleats and your golf shoes, and that'll be in your home. That's arsenic. You don't want to go play that course. I don't hear anybody, saying that today, but I actually interviewed Tiger Woods when he was 19 years old, before anybody knew who Tiger Woods. I had no idea who the guy was. He dissed me in front of a room full of golf reporters.
What did he say?
Oh, well, So it's a story. I hope we have time.
Oh, we have time.
So I'm invited because I'm the only thing like a journalist on Phuket at this point. It's 91, 92. And the Blue Canyon is just opened, and they're having the Johnny Walker Classic. It's a big international thing. And the PR firm in Bangkok that they've hired has got all these golf reporters coming in from Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, the places where Asians play golf. And there's nobody from Thailand coming. People in Thailand aren't playing golf much at that point. And the PR lady called me. She knew me, and she knew I wrote for a magazine called Thailand Tatler, which was a high-so fashion and lifestyle magazine. And she said, listen, you live there. Can I offer you a room for the weekend? I said, I don't know anything about golf. She said, can I offer you a room for the weekend and a tote bag full of Johnny Walker branded gack, hats and shirts and a bottle of booze and 3 golf balls branded with Johnny Walker? Can I offer you this? And please, please, please just write something local. We need to show that we promoted this in Thailand. And I said, I guess, all right. So I went up there, and I don't know jack about golf to this day. I don't know anything about sports, any sports. But I go up there, and I'm wandering around looking for a human interest story that would interest the readers of a high-so lifestyle magazine. And I'm finding nothing. And Sunday comes, and I got diddly. And the woman says to me, I say to her, look, I'm going to give you back your bag of gack because I can't find anything here to write about. She said, look, there's this young kid from L.A., Tiger something. And everybody's saying he's a real whiz, that he's going to be huge, he's going to be famous. But none of the Asian golf reporters can interview him because he doesn't speak anything but English, and they don't speak English. Would you like to have lunch with Tiger Woods? I said, yeah, all right, I guess. I don't know. So we sat down, and it's, the dining room at the Blue Canyon, and lunch is a buffet of sandwiches, potato chips, and cans of soda. So we each sit down with a paper plate with a sandwich, and potato chips, and a soda. And it's this really good-looking, dark-skinned young man sitting opposite me who won't make eye contact. He's not nervous, and I didn't know at the time, but Tiger Woods had been interviewed since the age of 5. He hated the press. He absolutely hated the press. Still to this day hates the press, I'm sure. And he had a deal with the American golfing press that they didn't ask him any questions, any personal questions. You could only ask him about golf. I didn't know that. PR lady didn't tell me that. So we sit down. First question out of the box. Do you have a girlfriend? Oh, what kind of music do you listen to? Do you consider yourself black or Thai? And he looks at me for the first time. He makes eye contact, and he doesn't say anything. He stands up. He says, I got to hit the showers. And he turns around and he walks away from me, from the table. We're in a room with 50, at least 60 golf reporters who all would give their left nut to interview this kid, but they can't. And here's this nobody schmuck, this humor columnist from the island who's sitting and having a meal with the big star of the whole event, and who obviously has no clue who he's talking to. So they're glaring at me, all these reporters, Japanese, Chinese, Singaporean reporters, they're glaring at me with hatred in their eyes. And when he got up from the table and walked away, there was almost a round of applause. They were so pleased. Then he stops. He turns around. He comes back to the table. He, without a word to me, he picks up his paper plate and his can of Coke and turns around and walks away again. And he's not going to the shower. He's going to go eat his lunch, just not in my presence. So he dissed me in front of a room full of people.